Hello folks, what we're going to do this time was a follow on from the last video, or the last video done regarding this. That was one where we lifted the green Crossley off the fuel tank and took the carb and all the bits we needed for Mrs. Mankay's Crossley. So what we're going to do now is a bit on Mrs. Mankay's Crossley, and we're going to take off the compressor unit. That's all good. Right, we will see you in a little while. We better get on. Right guys, we are outside with the Crossley. We need to get this compressor off. Now you're thinking, why are you taking off? Well, I think we can restore the engine better if we actually have that off. If you look in my bucket, I've got a little head start on you guys, and I've took this flange off that was at the bottom, and if you look, there's 3 or 2 bolts and 3 nuts. They are these ones, but off the bottom. Although you're not going to see me undoing them because I can't. You won't see right under there. So that's all I've done is took the 3 off, and I had to take the flange off to get this one, which is underneath. So once that's done, we can then be getting that off. I have the appropriate size spanners right here. We have one for this one for this one, and one for this one. So we can be cracking all these off. First job is get this end cap off. I want to break loose the head nuts. In fact, we'll do that now, because that's got to be easier to break these loose while that's bolted to something solid than try and do it when that's still on the engine. So here we go. These are broke loose nicely. I would have been better off with a rattle gun, I suppose, but I don't like using rattle guns on these old lumps too much. As long as these are broke off, that'll be easy to undo when she's on the floor, innit? Because they are tight. Probably never been off since the engine was new. In fact, I doubt this compressor has ever been off this engine before anyhow. In fact, you can pretty much guarantee it. There we go. So these head bolts on here are loose, guys. So they'll come off there quite nicely. So we will be taking the head off this compressor to lube up this cylinder and everything else. There we go, that's got them ones off. Right, but they won't be coming off now because I don't want to muddle them up with engine bolts. So we're just going to start by undoing these ones. There we go. Right, now we'll take, can I get an open end on them? Yes, you can. I'll take the end 2 out, or I'll slacken them all off, but I'll leave a couple on to take the weight of this while we disconnect it up in this end, because we're going to have to take the bearing to pieces like we did last time, if you remember. So for now, we just want to be getting these bolts out of here. So yeah, it's all coming along nicely. We have plenty of engines to be getting on with, so bear with us. We have lots to be doing. That's in my popcorn bucket. Recycle your popcorn bucket, guys. There we go. Yep, recycle your popcorn buckets. You never know what you might use them for. They're perfect for this job and don't really even need cleaning out. Marvellous. Right, there is studs holding these on, which is good, so we'll leave that middle one. I'll make sure he crack off, but I won't take it right out because we want to disassemble this end. Oh yeah, that's coming. Right, let's get this end here. Can you see what we're doing? Oh yes. We'll get this end here disassembled, and you'll see it's quite clever how this bearing all holds in here. Because last time, if you remember, I took these off and slid the whole thing off. But when I put it back together, I realised that what you should do is you should pop this out first, then take the cover off. You'll see why, because there's a bearing in here. That's on the proviso that I can get it back out with it in, but that's how you have to get it back in. You have to put the cover on first, then push this bearing in. So that might not come out, but oh yeah, please look, that's lifting. Right, you'll see here, look, this whole bearing. Let me get a little pry bar. Alright, I've got a little pry bar in the form of a screwdriver. So we've got to get this bearing out of here. Come on. Come on. No. Hang on. Oh, there you go. Look, you have to wiggle. See, there's a bearing cap there, and that goes over this roller bearing. Did you see that? So now we can take this cover off. But you can't get the cover on and get that bearing cap lined up. That's what we found out last time we had this off, when we wanted to run free the engine. There we go, that's two more out. I think we've got some in the bottom as well. We have, there was one missing in the bottom already, weren't there? So it's just one. Now this end cap, as heavy as it is, comes out. Oh, leaves us with our big end shell in here. Look at that gunk on there, look. Right, I need a pair of pliers to get these split pins out. Have we got the right size spanner here? No, I need the next size spanner. Right, we're going to come round here. Now we don't want to get the orientation of this big end cap wrong. So once we've took this out, we're going to drop it down and put that end cap back on the way it come off. That way we don't lose anything, do we? There we go. So we'll take this big end cap right off and put it back on the same way. Yeah, I'll scratch the witness mark in there now. I think we can get away with that. And then this lot will stay on the engine, and this is the bit we're taking off. There we go. And let's hope that compressor does break from the engine. I think it will, no problem. Can't see why it wouldn't. So we'll take our end cap off, and remember this is up, so I'll put it that way. Well, turn the engine to push that piston in. There you go, and then that should drop away from it. There we are. Now we can put this end cap back on the way it come off. Come on, go. There you come. There you go. And that'll just make sure we get everything back together how it was. Excellent. And the other end cap ball is here. Nut. Alright, let's see if this compressor will drop off here now. I do hope so. I'm guessing that's going to take a little bit of breaking free. So I think what we're going to do here is maybe we're going to have to be a bit brutal. Right. Right, I got them bolts on about 2 threads. This bolt on about 2 threads. Because I think we're going to have to tap this because there's a gasket, and you can guarantee that gasket is sticking that on there pretty good. Right. For all of you who have a nervous disposition, I'd look away now. There you go. Whoa, look at the water coming out there, look. Look at the water coming out of there, guys. But she has broken away from the engine. Will it lift at the bottom? Oh yeah, she's off. Right. Cool. That's a heavy little unit, I'll tell you now. Nothing Crossley as light. That I can assure you. Nothing Crossley as light. Right. Let's get this assembly lifted out of the way. Come on, girl. There she is. Oh, look in there. Oh. Well, there we go, guys. Oh, we can... I didn't twig that. That's interesting. That compressor is cooled by the water jacket. So this is a totally different block to a standard 1040. Look at that crud in there. But that... What's this? Someone's dropped a drill bit and that had gone right down under the cylinder, look. Front pocket find. Right, there we go, guys. So we have the compressor off. There's a bit of gunk in here, which we do need to get rid of. Maybe get a long hose on a vacuum cleaner. Or, is that a drain in there? No, that ain't a through hole. I thought that was a through hole. So we could flush it all out. Oh, no, you won't do that, will you? Because the fuel tank normally goes under there. Oh, here's your engine. Oh, yeah, that hole goes through here. So what we could do, stick a hose pipe in there, upset as much of that with a screwdriver, and that'll just wash it out there. We can get that sorted at a later date. But what we wanted to do was just get this compressor off. So we have done that, I think. We'll just pop the head back off now. And, yeah. Listen how good that bearing is. Roller bearing. I am certainly not going to be replacing that. I know many of you would, but I can guarantee you any bearing you put in there now is going to be worse quality than that one. So it stays. Right, we'll have a look at our compressor unit closer. That's the water feed into that. Again, crud. There we go. Crud everywhere. But it'll clean up. And yes, we can just about be getting this engine stripped down, ready for her coat of paint. So guys, here we are, back in the shed. We have the compressor unit here off Mrs. Mancave's Crossley. Now then, because this is being restored, we need to take this head off, take all the fittings out so I can get this took back to bare metal, ready for her paint. So, I think that's 9/16 Whitworth by the look of it. It is indeed. It is in... let's go open end. Oh, that fits better. Will that oh, look! Look! Cool. It undoes. And thanks to my buddy Paul Neve, I have now got an oiler to go on there. Marvellous. I need a pot to put these in, don't I? Ah. We'll put them there and hope we don't need a pot. Right, I think, can we get the piston out now? Will that piston come out there? I mean, we had the engine turning. How tight is this piston now? Oh, it isn't. come on. Come on, there we go. Well, she's in there. We have one stuck. No, what? Right, we got... No, I thought that ring had broken. Oh, I don't know, we may have a broken ring. Probably. We'll have to free these rings off because I believe there's rings in here. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, now we're getting a rag on it. I mean, this is the compressor side. Wow, look how clean that piston is. I know there's no combustion on there, but something tells me this engine has not done an awful lot of work. Why have we got two rings, look? It's two rings in one gap. I mean, I'm not worried about this thing charging air again because it's basically going to be a show engine. Do them top rings even come out there? I mean, they're well flush in there. Should they be springing out, or... Should have thought so, wouldn't you? Oh, we ain't got a ring in two bits, so the top ring has got a split there, and the bottom ring got... Right, these rings aren't broken. Well, the ring is unseized. Is the top ring unseized as well? It is now. Tell you what, let's... shall we get the rings off now? We might as well, mightn't we? Let's get you in the vice. See if we can split these rings off here. I know you're going to say, well, but this, you got to remember, this ring is just for the compressor. It's not for combustion. So, oh no, then I don't think these rings do come out the top here. Come on. Let me spin that round. And hope I can spread them enough. Alright, let's get the top ring out so we're not coming over another ring. Come on. Come on. Ow, that's hurting finger. Cool. That ring is a little bit stuck in there. Ain't now. Right, okay. I'm trying to spread these rings evenly to get it out without breaking them. Come on, there we go. There we go, that's one out. Yeah, that's one ring out. Put it in the pot. Gotta remember, these are just for the compressor side. There you go, we got them off without breaking them. But I say, this all does need a thorough clean and a put back together. Now, I don't think these are rings as such in the top here. I certainly don't think they are ones that are meant to have gaps in them, because I can't see they would have seized themselves in there like that. Now, I think that's the construction of the piston, so we will clean the groove out. Yeah, we'll clean the groove out and pretty much call this piston done. I just want to get this head off this cylinder so we can give that a bit of a hone out. But if you look at this conrod, it's still, if we can see, this conrod has still got the factory red paint on it, look. I mean, I don't think this engine's had a lot of use, to be honest. I really don't. No, I really don't. Right, we'll put that piston under the bench. That's on some crate paper under there. So now we can concentrate our efforts on the cylinder head. and getting that off. Oh, that compressor's heavy. Right. Let's get that turned right over. There you go. So it ain't rolling about on us. Right, let's get this head off. I have no clue what's in this head. There's a spring there. I think that's... Oh, there's a castle nut there, which is actually... It's got a split pin in, but it's loose, look. So that ain't seized up. We need to get the head off and then take this bit off. I assume there's some form of flat valve under there. Like little metal shim valves. I'm guessing. Alright, what size spanner are them head bolts? I think they were 7/16 Whitworth. They were. We did have these. We cracked these off the other day, didn't we? Just the next day now. We cracked these off yesterday when we took the compressor off the engine. So I apologise if this video is getting a bit long, but I thought you guys would like to see. You'd like to see all of it. When I say we're doing a restoration, restorations come in many forms. We're still going with the ethos of trying to use what's there. This is not going to be one of them strip it right down, send it, get it rebored, new piston, new rings, blah, blah, blah. That's not... I suppose that is a restoration, but a lot of the time it's unnecessary, because I've said this 100 times. You start replacing gaskets and rings, the stuff you get these days are probably going to be worse than the original in the terms of quality and sometimes even the way they fit, you know. Right, because I'm a big one for saving what's there. Obviously if they're worn out, then yeah, replace them. If something's totally shagged and worn out, that's your only way. But if it don't need it, don't do it. Too many people do engine rebuilds for the sake of it, you know. They really need to get them running, see what they run like, and go from there. And if they sound mechanically good, why mess with them, you know. Why mess with them? Right, how are we going to get this off? That flange is loose on there. I'll leave that on. Right, let's see if we can get something to jive in there. Of course, this head, yeah, that ain't touching on the floor. I don't want to hit on them studs, and I don't want to hit too much. Let's use a good old copper mallet. Oh, there we go. With the aid of a copper mallet. Now I can see a valve in there, like a combustion valve. There she comes. Can you see all that? Jeez, you can see all that, can't you? There we go. Look at that. And a good copper reusable head gasket. Yes, you heard me right. Reusable. Oh, a solid copper. So this can be annealed. Annealed, whatever you call it. You're going to pull me up here and say it's annealed. So we can re-anneal this gasket, because that is a one-piece copper one. Reuse it. But for argument's sake, if you bought a new gasket for this, you try and buy a new copper gasket, I bet you it won't fit anywhere as well as this original one. So we can anneal this, save 30 quid, and reuse. What's on this head? Gunk! Look, gunk! Right, I think we can... Shall we do this cylinder before we do the head? I reckon... That took a bit of weight out of it. I reckon we should wipe this cylinder out, run my honing tool through it. There we go. And really have a look what's going on in there. So there we go. We're just going to wipe this out really well. There you go. And then I'll get my hand in there and have a feel. There's a bit, that's a little bit rough up this end. But, if you look, there's a line there. There is a line. I don't know whether you can see that. There's a line here where the piston come to. You can clearly see it. The piston stops about thumbnail in. So this bit the piston never ride on. But we will hone all this up while we're at it. Do I need to take these studs out? No, because that mating surface, being a copper gasket, not a asbestos gasket or composite gasket, that mating surface is brilliant. And like I said, this isn't for combustion. Yes, it's got to hold water because there's water jackets around here, look. But she'll be alright. She'll be alright. Right, let's get honing. So here we go. WD-40. We'll put a bit in that cylinder. We'll put loads in that cylinder. A bit on my stones. The damn old WD, the old canners. Not so good. So we've wet our stones up. Everything. Let's get him in here. Whoops, that's coming the wrong way. Come on, there we go. Right. Let's give this. Oh yeah, let's go right through. Oh yeah. There we go. So we're getting some nice honing going on in here, look. Whoa, there we go. Let's put a normal bit of oil in there. That's a normal piece of engine oil. There we go. There we are. So when people say they're honing a cylinder, this is what they're doing. And you don't stop long in one place, because you'll actually hone the cylinder out in too much in one place, and not that critical on a Crossley. Let's get our stones out. Give our cylinder a wipe out. And then we'll have a look what it's like in there. Come on. Oh, that is looking good already. I'm going to have to get a clean rag now, because this is my cleanest dirty rag. That's not really ideal. We want a nice clean microfiber cloth now to wipe the residue out. Alright, we have a nice brand new clean microfiber cloth. Don't tell Mrs. Man Cave. And we'll get that a wipe out. Phew, look how that's dirtied that rag up instantly. There we go. Give her another bit of a wipe out. Yeah. Right. Let's cock him up. See if you can see in that cylinder. That looks pretty damn good to me. We have a little piece here. To be honest, I can't feel that. Running my nail down there, I can't feel a ridge. Not even that way. Sorry, let's get some focus. Can't feel a ridge, can't feel a score. And that is basically under where the rings sit. Because them rings are like halfway down. I should imagine that Them 2 rings that are actually doing something are down to this line, I think. Probably down to here. So this is all what the piston, you know, it runs on there, but it doesn't, yeah. The compression all take place above this bit. But where the rings go down the bottom there, the rings will run in this piece. And that's absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with that at all, look. Down the bottom there, up the top here. Yeah, your rings are not even going to come there. I think the rings come up to about here. That's it. And no, I'm not scratching that cylinder. That's a very... yeah, that's fine. For what we're doing, guys, it's fine. You know, I think now the cylinder is done, well, apart from paint preparation, but we'll put it on the floor and concentrate our efforts on cleaning this head. Alright, he's on the floor. Let's... what is this gunk come out here? Look at this, all come out of that compressor. All come out of that head. Alright, how are we going to do this one? Alright, this could be interesting. Where's my cleanest dirty rag? Wipe all this stuff off. Because we are going to have to. Yeah, look at that. We need to free this valve off. Where did that valve come? Ah, that valve come onto this spring. So I think the first thing to do is, this is all loose. Let's remove the split pin and get that nut off. And we've got to take this split pin out. Come on, get hold of it. Ah, right, that split pin had broken. Come on, come out without getting jammed in the hole. Oh, I snipped the end of it off. Can we get this split pin out? Jeez, there she comes. There she comes. Oh no, we're going to have to replace the split pin, guys. Right, let's look at that. That nut comes off there by hand. Look at that. It's not even jamming up where it goes over the split pin. I love these old engines. I say it time and time again. Alright. There you go. Now, we've got to be a bit careful because we've got a... I think that goes straight through to that valve, don't it? So do you think we need to tap that out? So we'll bring our nut down level. Yeah, I think that taps out. So let's use our mallet again. I'm not using the claw hammer. Is that coming? I believe it is. Let's drive a bit of WD down. And we'll tap that valve back in. There you go. Oh, look how dry that. Ah, there's like a seat on there, look. Yeah, there's a seat on there, so we'll take that out. Lube this valve up from this end. And we'll see. I've never seen a valve with a thread on. That's really cool. And we'll see if we can just tap this out. So let's use our... oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's coming loose, look. There we go. There you go. She's nearly free, look. There you go. That valve is free. But we will take that right out. Alright, it is a little bit tight there, so I'm going to have to get a punch and hopefully punch that out. The good thing with having a lathe is you can make tools up you need out of bar stock. This is just one I found under the bench. I don't know if that's too big to go through. Oh, that damn well is. So we're going to have to use this thin bit of bar stock I'll put this up against the vice to hold it. Oh, we need a bit of wood under there, guys. Alright, let's put this head up on a piece of wood. There we go. I can now tap that valve out with this long piece of bar stock. We hope. Let me use an old screwdriver, that's better. There we go, she's out. Oh, she's fell in the bin bag. That ain't no good, is it? There we go. There's our valve. Oh, look at the state of that. So, I think we can be cleaning this valve up. I need to start watching the length of this video or you guys are not going to watch it. Here we are. Look at the state of that valve. I know what you're going to say. That needs lapping in. Yes, you're right, it does. And we will lap it in. Give it time. Give it time, guys. Luckily, there's no carbon on here because there's not that kind of valve. But we will get it on the wire wheel, clean all this up, and then do some lapping. We'll probably do that. Oh, look in there. Look at that. Crud. This needs a thoroughly good clean. I don't know what this recess is in here. Is that anything or nothing? Oh, is it? Ah, there's cruddy water in the water jacket. Look at that. Where water and rust has settled. Oh, look at all that. Water and rust has settled in that water jacket. Do you know, that's quite clear though. That was just a little bit. Oh, that don't go through as a through hole through there, so that water jacket come to a dead end. Yeah. Right. Cool. That is absolutely feral. Right. I think we need to do a little bit of hillbilly engineering now. You guys are going to love this. Right. We have a bit. 60 grit sandpaper, which was stole out of the budgie cage. And we'll come on a piece of wood. And we'll just give this a rough machine. Remember guys, this is a compressor from the 1930s. It's not a Mercedes Cosworth. Or as Tyrrell would say, it's a stationary engine, it's not going to the moon. As long as you keep the paper flat and don't go across it in one spot, now go so the length of your sandpaper is constantly rubbing. It'll be fine. It'll machine these up within the tolerances we need. I know it's a bit of wood dead flat, blah blah blah. There we go. That will do perfectly adequately for what we want. Right, I will, off camera, I'm not going to film every single stage, but we will blow it out with an airline and some brake clean, you know, to make sure it is all clear. But I can't film everything, guys. You know, we'd have 10 videos on one engine. So there we go. But what I will do before we go, I'm just going to get my cleanest dirty rag. Here we go. And I am going to just grind that valve. Why am I doing it now, not when I've done? Well, two reasons. when you grind a valve, you need to be meticulously clean to make sure all the old valve paste is out of here. Well, that'll all get cleaned out when I do the rest of it. But we can just lap that valve seat in now. Excellent. Right. Let's get... I'm going to use the course. Will that valve go back in there easy? Oh, yeah. No problem at all. All right. Let's get a little bit of coarse paste on that seat, on that valve stem. We only want to come on there. You don't have to come right up here, because that don't make no contact. Just on this edge what contacts. You don't need too much. Just a little bit rubbed around. We're going to have to put this valve on 2 bits of wood again, aren't we? So that'll go through. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Alright, let me get that rigged up and we'll grind that in. Alright, we've actually got that valve on the voice nipped in a flange. There you go. Can I turn that valve? Oh, I can turn that valve from the bottom, look. So, where it matters, we can turn it. Excellent. Right, let's get on with some lapping. Right, what we've done is, we've got our head nipped in the voice on the intake valve flange. Here's our valve. We've got a drill on the back, so that goes in and out all right. We'll just go in and out a bit, spinning that one direction, then spinning it the other. That's all we're going to do for about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. I'll just show you the principle. Let's go speed 1. You can actually hear that biting. If you hear, when I pull inwards, you can hear it going coarse. That's the valve. Let's come off the drill. That's the valve actually biting. Right, let's get a cloth in there and see how that's come on the course. It probably won't want a lot, because I say we haven't got any combustion pitting or anything like that. Let's get that valve right out. Come on, she's a bit tight where them threads go through. She's just a little bit tight. There you go. There we go. Alright, let's have a look with our clean rag at our valve seat. See them pit marks in there? They need to be gone. But like I've said 100 times in this video, this is not for running or compression. This is a compressor. But I'm not going to do too much more of that on the video, because like I say, you guys will get bored stiff. But you need to get a uniform finish on the seat and the valve. But it is a long-winded job. That little bit I've done there really is just tickling it. You can see it better on the valve seat. So if you look at that valve seat, if you look, that's bright shiny metal in here. That's pretty much how it's got to be all the way around. There's a little pit mark right here at the bottom. That'll all come out with more. I mean, we was what? A minute? That's it. We're done that much in a minute. So, anyhow, I think, are we going to call the video here now? Because it's plenty long enough. Or shall we finish this head off and just pop that plate off? Let's pop that plate off. Cool. we'll pop this plate off because I want to see what's under here, because I really don't know. And then we're going to call this video, guys. What size is that? It's not 3/8. That must be the next size down, which is 5/16. That's the one. Cool. Oh, she'd come. What about this one? Oh, yeah. I'm quite interested to see what is underneath this plate, because I don't know. I think there's got to be a little, like, tin valve. There you go, she's gone. Oh, those studs coming out with this one. Don't I love that when that happens? Right. Let's get this one off. There we go. We'll tap this off, see what's under here. If anything, it looked like this end come out as well. But, all right. Wow, she is tight on there, guys. Well, there's a gasket under there because I'm starting to break the gasket off with a screwdriver. Yeah, there's definitely a gasket under there. But I think that is stuck. So I shall have to get a scraper under there. Alright, here we are with a scraper. Let's tap him under. Sure. Aha. There you go, we're getting a little bit of lift. That is well stuck. Let's get up, let's put this lid back on this paste and get up against the vise. What is this? All this? Nails. And an old screw just fell out of the bottom of this compressor. All just come out of that valve hole. Oh my word. Alright. Alright, there we go. Can you see that? No, can you? Here we go. Alright, let's see if we can get this off. Cool. She is stuck on there, guys. That is very stuck on there. Cool. Well, the good thing with that stud coming off is, cool. Yeah, the good thing with that stud coming off there is I might be able to put the screw. I just don't want to damage anything. If I feel it hitting anything metal to metal. Ah, right, we're hitting on something metal there. How's this got to come out? Yeah, we're hitting on something metal there. Something metal there. I think we're hitting on the studs. There is something metal to metal underneath here. I'm going to try, see if we can get, if anything comes out of this end. I don't know. Cool. I don't know whether that's something what's meant to undo or not. It is. Right, there's something under here. Alright, nothing. Okay, I don't know what's going on in there. We're going to have to try somehow to get this off. Yeah, we're hitting on something metal all the way around. Alright, that's starting to come. Oh, I think I might have to pause the video while I try and manhandle this thing out of here. But that could take a while. And like I say, I don't want you guys to get bored. Alright, let me pause this and I'll be back when we're done it. Alright. I think that's... there we go. Oh my word, we've got a sucker valve in here, look. Right, this has obviously got to be freed up as well, look. That'll be an atmospheric valve. Right. That, guys, is the back of this, look. That was this, which is obviously an atmospheric valve that's meant to move up and down. And this is seized up. Right. There we look what I just spotted after I've been banging. Nails, guys. Nails coming out of that valve. We're all in there. Look at it. Nails. More nails. We have literally nails coming out here everywhere. Right, we're gonna, that's gonna need a major blowout. Well, I'm quite happy that this has all come off now. Now we know what we was hitting on. We was trying to get this out, hitting against this rim, and it weren't never gonna come. I think this is meant to go up and down there. Look. Well, that is not going to take anywhere as much freeing up as I thought. You twist it and it comes out. Let's take this spring off. Oh, that's a through hole there now, look. There you go. So this plunger here is obviously to put more or less... it goes this end, isn't it? This plunger here is obviously to put more or less tension on that spring. I'm guessing that spring pushes on that bolt, perhaps, to give you more or less tension. Well, there you go. That's certainly cleaned that up, isn't it? That's all right. That actually don't look too bad. I think with a little bit of sandpaper out the budgie cage again, this will be done. And we'll have this valve working. Let's get her back in. Yeah, little clean up. That valve, the tight end come off there. Well, there you go. There you go. Free again. There we are. So now that bolt must just go through. I don't know what that bolt... Oh, that bolt comes up and stopped this valve sucking in too far. If you get what I mean. Yeah. But that's perfect. This valve is good to go. I do need to get the bench grinder out and just wire wheel all these up. Clean the hell out of all these. But I think in the next video, we'll get this reassembled. But I think for now, we're going to call this a day. Because this video is well over an hour long now, I'm guessing. Because I started it yesterday. So yeah. This is as far as we're got. There we go. Our nice machined cylinder head that we do need to seriously get in there and clean. Well, there we are. The Crossley is coming, guys. That's what we got done. It even looks like it's happy. Look, we've got a happy face. And he's got a black eye. There you are. There we go, guys. Right, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys have watched it to the end. Yes, so I hope you guys have watched this to the end. I am Filth. So yes, we're going to call it done. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very, very much for watching. Like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll do a bit more on getting this compressor unit all done, the block. But before we do that, we need to repaint the cylinder head, because the cylinder head's going to be black and the cylinder is going to be original grey. I think that's how we're going to do it. Because, I mean, as it is now, that's never been painted. So I think I'm going to do these satin black and then do the cylinder grey, so it looks all bright and shiny. So we do need to get this painted before we get it on. But we can get it all built up and assembled. Then we can go over that and do that. Right, that's going to be it, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. What we got zoom on? Ah. 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 Of course, it's been a long time since I zoomed in on that.